Build Your Business listeners. This is Matt Reynolds, your host for the podcast, and you are listening to what we are calling the legacy episodes. And really, these are the pre-episodes that really led to this podcast, the Build Your Business podcast. This is really my life's work and my brother's life's work in building your business. And so they were originally published in the Barbell Logic podcast as part of the Principles or Coaching Success series, but really touch on similar topics to the Build Your Business podcast: how to improve your productivity, how to set and accomplish your goals, deprioritize urgent tasks, to focus on what is most important to you, and most importantly, to become a better person and leader and business owner overall. I'm proud to bring you these podcasts. Again, many years of life's work, several years of podcasts, and several decades of business ownership. Hope you enjoy them and learn from them. You're listening to Barbell Logic,
the podcast where we talk about what it means to experience strength
and how you can use simple, hard, and effective strategies in training and nutrition to improve your life.
It starts with meeting you where you are right now and finding lasting solutions.
Welcome to the show. You're listening to the Barbell Logic podcast. I'm your host, Matt Reynolds. This is another coaching success episode as part of that series. I'm going to dive right in today. This will probably be a relatively short podcast. I want to tell you why I think most of you are managing your subscriptions or your coach pricing plans all wrong, which is probably not the best way to start a podcast. I think typically they say what you're supposed to do is tell me what I'm supposed to do right. Don't tell me what I'm doing wrong. Right? That's one of the things we do as a coach. We try not to just tell our clients what they're doing wrong, but in fact, want them to focus on what it is they need to do right. But this is what I'm seeing in the market is we've got a lot of complexity in subscription packages, and there doesn't need to be. And so I want to walk through a quick story. When I owned Strong Gym, when we first opened Strong Gym, I've said this many times, we had no delusions of grandeur. It wasn't supposed to be a big business. It was really just we were in a position where we were training both out of my garage and my partner William's garage, my training partner, not my life partner, William's garage. And we had, 25 or 30 guys that were all training. And we got pregnant with our first, who is now 18 years old. And we needed a place to train that wasn't the garage. So my wife didn't have to park out in the driveway and possibly slip on the ice. And so we found a place that we could rent for cheap. There's no heat, no air conditioning, broken windows, but we made it really clean and no signs, hardly. Very small 8.5 by 11 sign on the door that was, it was janky at best. And in those days, I would have to hound. So we all got together as a group of guys that all trained together, said, hey, can everybody pitch in? I think it was $50 a month, something like that, to have access anytime to the gym. We had all the nice powerlifting gear and strongman gear and all that stuff. And this is back in 2008, before that stuff was available anywhere, really. And so everybody said, sure, I'll pay $50 a month and we'll do that. Okay. And we told them we weren't going to keep any of the money. Any of the money that we made would go to pay rent, and any additional money we would just buy more equipment with, which is what we did. And we continued to just put it back into the business. But very quickly, I noticed every month I was hounding my clients, who were my buddies, who were my training partners, for their $50 check or their $50 in cash. And then I have to go take it to the bank. And so when you don't charge, I'm going to start at the very beginning. Like, first off, this is like kindergarten level of pricing. The North Star metric has to be monthly recurring revenue. Monthly recurring revenue, which is what we call MRR, right? It's incredibly necessary and is the North Star metric for all business. If your clients have to make a decision every month as to whether they want to pay for your coaching or your business or the gym membership or anything else that you're doing in business, you're doing this wrong. You need to take that decision completely off the table for them so that they just automatically get charged. This is the way I've got my whole life set. As a matter of fact, I still pay my mortgage every month, but everything else just automatically comes out. You automatically pay your health insurance. You automatically pay your car insurance. You automatically pay all of your utilities, your electric, gas, your trash. It's like everything is about auto recurring revenue or monthly recurring revenue. And even companies, you think about like Amazon, who have predominantly made, at least over the course of history, have made money via selling products. their most profitable thing they've done is Prime, right? We pay whatever that is now. I don't even know, $99 a year or something to get free 2-day shipping anywhere in the world. Some of you probably get 1-day shipping because you live in major metropolis areas. And that's their monthly recurring revenue, right? Now, some of you also know that Amazon's other primary business, and it's even more profitable at this point, is AWS, is Amazon Web Services, which essentially hosts the entire internet. Same thing. Our company pays AWS fees every single month. I never have to think about it. I don't get invoiced on a net 30-day terms or anything like that. So number one is, if you're not charging automatically via subscriptions, you are screwing this up. And usually that means that you have to be able to take credit cards. Now, not everybody. So certainly I know like Jordan Stanton primarily does ACH, auto withdrawals out of a bank account. So you don't have to pay the fees, and credit card fees tend to be around 3%. A lot of people don't want to pay that 3%. But the thing is that you're going to lose more than 3% of your clients every month if you have to hound them every month to pay for their gym membership or their coaching. So you just set it up on auto recurring revenue. So on whatever day of the month, it doesn't all have to be on the first day of the month, but whatever day of the month they joined, if they join on September 23rd, then on October 23rd, November 23rd, December 23rd, they're going to get charged. That's the deal. So that's number one. Monthly recurring revenue is king. Contracts are actually unnecessary. Contracts are for big Globo gyms who churn a lot of clients. If you're giving good service, you don't need contracts. And sometimes you'll have clients, because you give good service, they'll come to you and they'll say, hey, can you give me a better deal if I sign a 6-month contract or your contract? Like, no, we don't do contracts, right? So what I'm seeing on the market is way too many subscriptions, like this giant matrix of options, of plans that creates decision fatigue for your clients. So the first primary rule is auto recurring revenue, monthly recurring revenue. Everybody, you pay the same thing. The client pays the same thing every month on the same day every month. They never have to think about it. They only have to think about it if they're planning on canceling, right? So it's going to automatically come out. If they decide they don't want it to automatically come out, then they take the step, whatever that is, go online, sign in, and cancel their subscription, or they email you, the coach, or they just talk to you and they cancel their subscription. But the subscription model is key. So number one, we charge monthly recurring revenue. 2, in order to charge monthly recurring revenue, and this is the first place that I see, by the way, most coaches do that. So that number one is not a huge problem. But if that's what you're doing, that's a huge problem. But that's not what I'm seeing that much. What I'm seeing a lot of is number 2, stop charging by the session. This is a complete waste of time, right? This wrecks your schedule. You charge the same every single month, regardless of the sessions, the number of sessions the client gets. Now, I'm going to get into this. You may have clients that you train 1 time a week or 2 times a week or 3 times a week or whatever. So let's put that on the back burner for a second. If somebody's training on average, let's say 3 times a week, in February, maybe they only train 11 times. And in August, maybe they get 13 sessions in, but the price is the same. So that they know what they're going to pay and you know what you're going to pay. And it also avoids all of the sort of confusion and complexity and awkwardness of, if they go on vacation and they don't use the sessions 1 week, we don't prorate, you don't pay less. That's what online coaching is for. It's for that very thing. It's why all of you that even in-person coach should also online coach, so that when your clients go on vacation, you can continue to coach them. Or when you go on vacation, you can continue to coach them. But they know they're getting charged. If you charge $299 a month, they're getting charged $299 for February. They're getting charged $299 for March, April, May, June, July, August, so on and so forth. No matter what, we don't charge by the session. So monthly recurring revenue, number 1, don't charge by the session, charge by the general amount of service that is offered, right? So again, if you go to Barbell Logic, and of course, we're just an online business right now, we really only have 2 options. We actually have a third option, but we have professional coaching, exclusive coaching, and executive coaching, which is our anchor product, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But 99% of our clients sign up for professional coaching or exclusive. We don't even offer nutrition only. Nutrition is just an add-on product, right? So you think about, we have run tens of millions of dollars through Stripe, through payment processing, all 100% of it on auto recurring revenue, on monthly recurring revenue. We know what our monthly recurring revenue is, and that number is less than your total revenue for the month. If people buy retail, t-shirts, one-off nutrition add-on, like calls, like an hour call with a coach or something like that. Like you're always going to have those little add-ons, but those need to be few and far between. The bulk of your revenue needs to be monthly recurring revenue. So you can plan. I know exactly how much money is coming in next month minus how many t-shirts we sell, right? Or 1 hour phone calls, which is very, very little. It's a tiny, tiny percentage of our total revenue, right? So monthly recurring revenue for everyone and charge by the amount of service they get, not by the session, is number 2. And so you think about a business as big as Barbell Logic, as many coaches as we have, as many clients as we have. We've taken all that decision fatigue away from them. They don't need a matrix of like, okay, what's the price if I join and my wife joins? What's the price if I join and my wife joins and my family plan? What's the price if I only train 2 times a week? What's the price if I train 3 times a week? What's the price if I train 4 times a week? Nope, none of that, right? It's this much, right? Professionals, $235 a month, period. If you train 1 time a week or 2 times a week or 4 times a week, it doesn't matter. That's the price, right? And we don't bend on that. And you'll be surprised because many of you are living in a scarcity mindset. You're worried that your clients will leave if you don't give them every option they want. And so they actually want to be put on a plan that is similar to everyone else, right? So for us, so we have professional and exclusive. Now we also have executive, which I think is $6.99 a month, which is an anchor product. And for most of you, you don't even need to think about this right now. We do that because we want a very high premium priced product that comes with all the bells and whistles, including in-person training from me a few times a year, come hang out in Springfield, things like that. But that anchors the price point of the professional and the exclusive coaching for us, right? For most of you, that's all you need is just 1 or 2 basic coaching packages, those like one base price point. If you're an online coach, it's this much per month, right? And anything else is an add-on as necessary and only as necessary, right? So for us, it's basic coaching. Your add-on is nutrition. You can add on nutrition, and that's good. And we want that, right? We want them to add nutrition. If they don't add nutrition in the beginning, there's going to be times down the road where the coach is going to reach out and say, hey, the next step to really make progress is to improve your nutrition plan. And I can help you with that. And so you can just add that onto your coaching package, right? And that's it. Now, if you're an in-person coach, you do have to consider the number of times they train per week, right? It would behoove you, and I would plead with you to still have as few of those options as possible. I would not option a 1 time a week training. Now, maybe you've got a 1 time a week training in person plus all the rest is online. You could do that, right? But you want to have the fewest options possible. For us, when I ran Strong, we had 2 times a week training and 3 times a week training. That was it. We didn't do 4 times a week training, or if they wanted a 4th time, I could program that for them, but I wasn't going to coach them 4 times a week. I would coach them 3 times a week on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or 2 times a week on Tuesday, Thursday. That was it. If it was 2 times a week, it was Tuesday, Thursday. It wasn't Monday and Wednesday, because Monday and Wednesdays are for 3-day-a-week clients. That's the other thing, is that you need to be settled and stable and stick to your guns about your schedule, right? When a client comes in and says, hey, I can really train like at 6 a.m. on Mondays and at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesdays, the answer has to be no, because they're paying for a time slot. They're paying for 6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's their time slot. And whether they use it or not, it's theirs. If they're on vacation, it's theirs. If you're on vacation, it's still theirs, right? If you coach in person, it gives you an opportunity to either coach them online or to have one of your assistant coaches or backup coaches coach them. The key here is that we have to develop our primary base coaching package, or 2 base coaching packages if you coach both in person and online, and then just create add-ons as necessary and only as necessary. That's it. That's as complicated as it gets. Monthly recurring revenue for all, same price per month, don't charge per session, and offer as few subscription coaching packages as possible. When you sign up for TKC, we help walk you through this, right? So you set up your Stripe accounting plan so that you can charge everybody through Stripe, which is a great company that's done excellent for us and really protects the retailer or the business, as well as protecting the client. And so we've had excellent service from Stripe over the years. And then you set up your coaching plans, and we tell you, like, you should really max this out at like 3. 3 coaching plans should be the maximum. and 4 is getting in the red zone. Any more than 4 is too many. And so what I'd really aim for is 1. This is what I charge, right? If you're both online and in person, you're probably going to have a couple base coaching packages, and you might have 3, but no more than that. And then create everything else as an add-on and watch your monthly recurring revenue North Star metric continue to go up. When you do that, as it creates less decision fatigue. It's all right. People want to be told, like, this is the time that I'm going to train you. Like if you train in person, this is the slot I have open. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 9 a.m. That's it, right? Do you want that? And they'll figure out how to make it work. Don't bend over backwards. While we still want to provide tremendous service, this is not at odds with providing tremendous service to your clients. You don't let them pick every single option that they want, right? They don't get to tell you exactly what hours of the day that they want you to be there so that you are a prisoner to their schedule as opposed to the other way around. This is a give and take relationship. Another reason I love online coaching, right, is that for online coaching and TKC coaches, the clients get to train anywhere they want, anytime they want with the equipment they have, whether that's their home gym or a big box gym, Globo gym, hotel gym. They can train anytime they want. And the coaches get to coach anytime they want as well from anywhere in the world. So again, I'm home right now in Springfield, Missouri. I travel to Idaho next week on business. I'll coach from Idaho and I'll break down videos within 24 hours of the client finishing the workout. You know, that's the only time constraint I have. And outside of that, I get to do it when I want. And so that's pretty nice. And so to be able to do that, this is why I think everyone should offer online coaching, even if you're also an in-person coach. And by adding that online coaching, you can sell packages that are in-person coaching X number of times per week for a monthly recurring revenue cost, plus online coaching as an add-on, so that any times that you don't coach them in person, they can add on online coaching. You can still deliver all their programming via TKC. You can break down videos for them, break down their form. If they go on vacation, if you go on vacation, if you can't meet in person, if they're sick and they have to push their training back a day, everybody's schedule doesn't get messed up. They come in and they still do their work and you still break down their videos via online coaching. So it's another reason I love TKC and online coaching, but hopefully you've got some good takeaways from this and how to set your prices. Less is more for your subscription-based prices for that monthly recurring revenue. This has been another episode of the Barbell Logic Podcast Coaching Success Series. I hope you've got a lot of value out of this. If you did, would love a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. And I'll see you next Friday.